Have you ever noticed how the most brilliant people in the room are often the ones who can't seem to get ahead? Thinkers stay stuck. You know what you should do, maybe you've planned every detail, but when it comes time to take action, something always seems to hold you back. Meanwhile, people who seem less qualified are out there crushing it, making money, living their dreams. Are you overthinking yourself broke? Today, we're exposing the truth about smart people and why the thinkers stay stuck. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for the Growth Mindset Project so you never miss strategies that help you get unstuck and grow. Let's talk about a secret trap for smart people. If you're here, chances are you're someone who values learning. You analyze, you strategize, you try to predict every possible outcome. But what if I told you that this intelligence, your greatest asset, is actually the reason you're not where you want to be? It sounds backward, but stick with me. Let's look at the Dunning-Kruger effect. This psychological phenomenon explains that those with little competence often overestimate their abilities, while the highly competent underestimate themselves. If you're super aware, you see every gap in your knowledge and all the reasons something could go wrong. Like Socrates famously said, "The only thing I know is that I know nothing." Meanwhile, those who perhaps aren't as aware aren't plagued with what-ifs. They just get started. It's not that they're reckless, it's that they have the confidence to move without waiting for perfect knowledge or perfect timing. Where does this leave the thinkers? Stuck in a loop of research, reading, watching, planning, what we call analysis paralysis. You don't lack knowledge, you lack momentum. Thinkers stay stuck because they believe their next answer is just one more book, one more course, one more YouTube video away. But every time you learn something new, you're reminded of just how much more there is to know. I felt this personally. When I started creating videos, I had no real skills, no strategy, I didn't overthink. I was so delusional about the difficulties and competition that the only thing on my mind was just start. And by jumping in, I learned faster than if I had spent years analyzing. The truth is, action is the best teacher. Analysis gives you theories. Action gives you data. At this point, if anything so far has hit home for you, smash that like button and let me know in the comments. Have you ever thought yourself out of taking action on something you truly wanted? So why does this happen? Why do thinkers stay stuck? It comes down to how our brains are wired. Our ancestors survived by being cautious, by thinking through the dangers. But in today's world, there's no saber-toothed tiger lurking in the bushes. Business, creativity, and growth, these don't reward the best thinkers, but the boldest doers. Outside of school, nobody pays you for your knowledge alone. They pay for your output, your results, your creations. So the harsh truth is, being smarter or more informed doesn't mean you'll get ahead. It's what you do, not what you know, that changes your life. Success demands differentiation. If most smart people are trapped in perpetual preparation, simply by executing, even imperfectly, you become the minority. You stand out. You get ahead. Thinkers worry about following the perfect plan, but mediocre action always beats perfect intentions. The world is full of stories of those who launched with good enough and adapted as they went. That's a lesson I've had to learn again and again. Once you know enough to get started, any further learning becomes an excuse. I just need to know one more thing, then I'll begin. But the truth? That end to the learning is always just out of reach. This is the thinker's trap. This is why thinkers stay stuck. Here's what changed my approach. Instead of diving deeper into knowledge, I began seeking ways to learn by doing. If every story, every how-to book, every proven blueprint is just an assumption until tested, why not test it yourself? What works for someone else may not work for you. Action is the filter that turns ideas into real, useful feedback. You shouldn't set out aiming for either grand failure or grand success. Instead, treat every step as an experiment. Remove the pressure to get it right the first time. Life isn't binary, win or lose. It's a cycle of testing and iterating. Do you see yourself in this pattern? If so, take 3 seconds to like this video and share below what's one big idea or goal you've just been researching, but never started. Now, back to breaking the overthinking cycle. The key is mindset. Don't set goals that trigger your fear of failure. Goals are binary and often focus on things outside your control. I want to make 10K this month, for example. You can take actions to get there, but you can't directly control the external result. When success feels black and white, you freeze. Instead of setting goals, design experiments. Instead of saying, I want to lose 10 pounds, say, I will walk 20 minutes after dinner every day for 2 weeks and see how I feel. Instead of, I want 100 customers, try, I will post one offer daily for 10 days, track results, and adjust. Create a simple pact with yourself. I will take action for a set period. That might be, I will publish one blog post each week for 6 weeks, or I will reach out to 5 new clients every Monday for this month. You're not committing to a life-changing transformation instantly. You're running a test, you're collecting data, and suddenly the stakes are much lower. Give yourself permission to test, observe, and adapt. When the experiment ends, look back. What worked? What didn't? Then design the next experiment. A little bit smarter, a little bit bolder. Since thinkers stay stuck by overcomplicating, this approach frees you from the pressure of perfection. You're not committing to forever. You're exploring what's possible for you. Set a reminder. Like, subscribe, or comment so you don't miss the next mindset shift that can move you from thinking to doing. You can run these experiments without burning bridges, quitting your job, or taking dramatic risks. Maybe it's about side hustles. Maybe it's about relationships, or fitness, or creativity. The thinkers stay stuck when they demand certainty before stepping forward. The doers build certainty by acting first and learning as they go. Here's a real-world experiment I ran on myself. For years, I wasn't consistent with my content. When I pushed hard, I'd burn out. When I tried to balance, my creative energy crashed. My thinker's brain wanted the perfect system, so I watched endless productivity videos, read all the books, made all the plans, but still I stayed stuck. So instead, I created a tiny experiment. What if, rather than working every day, I worked 3 intense days in a row and then took 4 full days off? Would that honor my creative rhythms, help me avoid burnout, and get more done? I committed. 3 days, all in a public library for accountability. 4 days, complete rest. I tracked how I felt, what I accomplished, how my energy shifted. Only by taking action did I learn what works for me, in a way reading would never reveal. No judgment, no optimization midway, just data. And guess what? It worked better than expected. I discovered new levels of focus, enjoyed my rest days more, and produced better content. If I'd stayed in planning mode, I'd never have learned this. You can do the same. What are you overthinking right now? Pick one thing. Turn it into a 1 or 2 week experiment. I will action for duration. For example, I will write 500 words a day, every day, for a week. I will reach out to 2 potential clients a day for 10 days. I will eat no processed sugar for 7 days. Track your performance, but more importantly, how you feel, what surprises you, and what you learn. To make it easy, I've created a free tiny experiment tracker. You'll find the link below. Download it, decide on your experiment, track your progress, and see what happens. And share your experiment with us in the comments. I want to know what you're overthinking, because chances are I'm struggling with something similar too. Remember, thinkers stay stuck when they assume success comes from more planning. Actually, it comes from more doing. Even the tiniest action is 1,000 times more valuable than another hour of research. You don't have to break patterns overnight, but starting a small experiment right now might teach you more than months or years of thinking about it. And as a thinker, you'll be uniquely equipped to iterate and improve as long as you're in motion. If you enjoyed this mind-opening journey, check out our other videos for the Growth Mindset Project and hit that bell so you'll never miss a new episode. Your breakthrough is waiting on the other side of action.